what we do here is go back.
Some early prep. We're going to be doing a salmon dish with jasmine rice. Right now I'm making jasmine tea to make the rice with the jasmine tea. Very important thing for me with jasmine tea is that I like to be very precise on how long I brew it for. Only 3 minutes. It will get bitter quickly. Here's this beautiful piece of salmon. Look at that.
Wow.
It's actually not salmon.
What?
It's chard. Raised in the Hudson Valley. I'm going to do okay, we are back. The tea is now brewed for 3 minutes. We're going to start the rice in a little bit. Here's our menu. Salmon with cilantro crust, jasmine rice topped with caramelized onions, and roasted honey carrots with parsley butter. First thing we're going to be doing is some onions, or caramelized onions. The key with caramelized onions is to slice the onions very thinly, and then we'll put them in a pan with just a little bit of fat. So if you can see, I'm trying to slice them as thin as possible. They shrink down considerably. This will probably take the longest of what we're doing. It can take 20 minutes. Okay, so carrots. We're gonna go with a roasted carrot. I really want like a carrot stick here. If they're more uniform, they'll cook better. But we're gonna be roasting these. So once again, that kind of will help make all cut mistakes kind of go away. So we're gonna cut these up like this. They'll go into a pan with some probably olive oil. I might throw some other stuff in there. I'll tell you about when I do. And we'll top them with honey at the end when they're done, or close to being done, and parsley butter. We're having a fat tire, which I had it from Colorado for all my nephews that are into craft beer. Goes well with cooking. You really want to go slow with caramelized onions. I like to use different fats like oil, so some butter, and then also some canola. You could use olive oil too, but I think canola works well because there'll be a lot of flavor in it. You don't want to necessarily have to waste olive oil to do this. On our long grain rice today, we're going to make 2 cups. I like to rinse the rice first, so that's why I'm putting it in the colander. It's not the end of the world if you don't wash it, but I like to. We're going to use 4 cups of, I'm using the jasmine tea. So 1, that's 4 cups. I'll put a little extra in for the angels. We're going to turn this on high. When this gets to a boil, we'll put it in the back, and that usually takes about 15 minutes. You want a good tight lid. See that lid's really tight? So you want a really good tight lid, and we'll just wait for that to boil. Turn on to be 425. That's going to be for the carrots. The Jack's going to keep cutting up. So that didn't take very long, and the jasmine rice you see is boiling nicely. So now you can just put this in the back on very low, and that usually takes about 15 minutes or so.
All right, we got our own home cooked tiny little.
You need 2 things prepped beforehand. This is parsley butter. So basically you soften up butter. I chopped up parsley, I chopped up a little garlic, I used a little onion powder, I used a little lime, I used a little olive oil, and just smushed it together, and you basically have parsley butter. Pretty simple. And then I made a little, okay, if I can open this. Okay, so this is, I'm going to put this on the fish. This is cilantro. So I just chopped up some cilantro that we needed to use in the fridge because it was going bad. Chopped up some cilantro. This has some olive oil in it, some garlic in it, some lime in it. Kind of really just free to go. But this is going to go on the salmon, and we're going to use some panko breadcrumbs also, and probably some parsley butter will find itself on the salmon as well. So Jack did a real nice job with the carrots. Just gonna put them in the bowl. And I don't really want to use like the butter right away or even the Parmesan right away. I want them to roast a bit. So I'm just gonna be generous with some olive oil in here, generous with salt, and a little less generous with pepper. And these are we're just gonna roast these. So generally these can take 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the thickness. Once we start to get down and they've roasted for a bit, we're gonna add the parsley butter. I'll probably use some shakes of, or some Parmesan, Pecorino Romano on there also. Spread them out a little bit. Actually, Mommy's right, you probably could use another carrot here. All right, we're gonna throw these in, maybe we will cut another carrot. See you soon. So as you can see with my cooking, there's not a lot of like measuring going on and timekeeping besides the Jasmine tea. I was very particular about that. Okay, so now we're gonna start the fish. This is a pretty good piece of fish.
Hefty cut.
It might chopped cilantro with lime and some spices I already had. I'm just gonna put some of that right on here. Now, how are we gonna cook this? I'm gonna cook this on the top of the stove, and then I'm gonna put it into the oven. So here I want it really high. I got this on super high, and I'm going to
super high.
and not put it to wash my hands. All right, so here once again, one of the things I like to do is layering fats, which basically means use different fats to cook. So olive oil for sure. Because it's going with the fish, I'm not going to use canola, I'm going to use olive oil. This pan's getting hot. I'm really going to wait till it kind of even starts to a little smoke. You see the butter get a little brown. So we're going to keep going there. So once again, I'm not measuring anything, but it feels good. I'm going to, oh, there's Indy. She heard a ball, but she's doing okay. I'm going to use the rest of this cilantro. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So this should be a little moist, all right? We have a slice of carrot I'm going to pull out of here. And then I'm just going to press this on here. Like I said, this is probably too big for the frying pan, but I'm going for it. Frying pan wise, you can see right on both of these we're using cast iron. I love cast iron. It's heavy, but what you should be using. I don't really like non-stick. This is where it gets a little slightly dangerous. A big sizzle. Oh yeah. So we're gonna cook that up probably for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna put that in the oven to finish at probably a little bit lower than 450. Probably at like 350. But this is just gonna give a really awesome crust on the bottom where you can actually eat the skin. I actually really like it. Julie doesn't like it as much as me, but whatever. What you want to watch is down here. You know, you'll see the color change from like bright pink to like paler pink. You can see it here in a big way. And that means it's going to be done quicker. You can see the skin's frying up nice. That's why bacon fat's really yummy in here. Alright, so we're just going to let this go probably for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. Oh yeah, that's nice. A couple more minutes in here, I'm going to lower the oven, put the carrots on that, and then put the salmon in there. Just like that. Not too crazy. All good. All good. And this you can be a little more generous with, just the parsley butter, for sure. Obviously that'll all kind of melt in there. And then I'm just going to put these back on the stove top. Just to let that butter kind of melt in there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to lower the oven slightly to 400. Keep it on in mind on that. Start. And now you can see if you bring in your shot of the salmon, Jim. Take a little bit of shot of the salmon. So that looks really nice. See that crust in there? You can see the color change. Like this is still raw, but you can see the corners. So now what I'm gonna do is just put this in the oven and let that finish in there. My guess is probably another 10 minutes or so. The caramelized onions, now that they've been going for a while, I turned it up to like a 2. Now I'm going to like a 3. And now you just really want to keep an eye on it. They should start caramelizing even more now with a little bit higher heat. They've already released a lot of their sugars and water. Hey, Ryan's home. Wash your hands. Wash your hands.
Again. Wash your hands again. Wash your hands again. Wash your hands again.
Okay. They're caramelizing. You see that? That's caramelizing. We do not want fried onions. Caramelized onions. Okay. Looks pretty good to me.
I kicked the bumper.
Okay, so this is looking pretty good right now. You'll never see chefs do this at, chef shows, but I'm doing it anyway. So if we look in here though, it's still pretty pink. So this is still gonna take a little while to cook because it's just a big piece of fish. So we're gonna put that right back in there. Like I said, it's probably gonna still take another 15 minutes or so, or 10 minutes. We turned the oven back up to 450 for the salmon. I'm thinking another couple minutes here. A lime to squeeze. So usually when I cut the lime, I kind of just like to roll it a little bit just to get the juices flowing correctly. And we'll just serve these with the plate, so if someone would like to, they can put a little extra lime. The danger zone. Okay? This is danger zone. We really hit the hard start. You really want to watch this super carefully. This is going to be a couple minutes. Now, Jack, go back to the caramelized onions here. These are done.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I'm going to turn this off. Those are caramelized onions. You saw how long that took, right? It took a while. See, I just said this is the danger zone here. We're really watching it closely. You see how they're getting a little toasted in the back? That's all I want. Some of it. So I'll watch this closely, and it's about to come out. One plating right now. So I have the rice. We'll just get a spoon for the rice. Here, we'll just do a little spoon for the rice. And remember I have that really yummy butter? I'm going to use that again. Alright, so that butter is going right on there. And then the caramelized onions are going to go right on top here. And then I just need some of these carrots. Like that, so. And I'm just waiting for a piece of fish. So I might just hit those carrots again with just a little bit of Parmesan. Right? And then maybe just hit this with just a little bit of olive oil here. Now that plate is just waiting for the salmon.
You got the fish right there. You can do.
Once again, a danger zone. It looks good. This, that looks nice. Okay, so this is hot. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just leave this on. Not mess with it. Mom likes the well done piece. So this little baby well done piece is gonna go right here. And that's plated number 1.
Nice.
So that salmon is now done. Okay, family, we miss you all. This is a little cooking show. We'll try to do some more. Hopefully everyone in the family can also participate and give some cooking shows. We love you, miss you. Can't wait to start eating with everyone again. Love you, miss you. Okay guys, love you. This is our salmon cilantro crusted, jasmine rice topped with caramelized onions, roasted honey, carrots with parsley butter. Woohoo! Love you!